This audiobook unveils the secret of metaphysics that connects your thoughts to the infinite intelligence of the universe. Once you see it, you will never look at the world the same again. Prepare to awaken to the truth that has shaped destinies for millennia. The power to create your reality has always been within you. The universe has a secret. Introduction. In the vast tapestry of existence, a singular truth weaves through the fabric of reality, a truth so fundamental that it has shaped the destiny of those who discovered its power. This universal principle transcends time, culture, and circumstance, operating with unwavering precision through the ages. The metaphysics of manifestation reveal that you are not merely an observer of life's unfolding drama, but its primary architect. Within the depths of your consciousness lies a force so potent that it shapes the very essence of your reality. This power, known to ancient mystics and modern quantum physicists alike, connects your thoughts to the infinite intelligence of the universe. The secrets of creation are not hidden in distant temples or sealed within forgotten texts. They pulse through your very being, waiting to be recognized. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, sends ripples through the cosmic ocean of infinite possibility. These vibrations attract corresponding circumstances, people, and experiences into your life with mathematical precision. You have always possessed this creative force, though perhaps without fully understanding its magnitude. The universe responds not to your words or actions alone, but to the energetic frequency of your deepest beliefs and expectations. Like a mirror reflecting your inner world, it manifests your dominant thoughts into physical reality. This knowledge has been preserved through millennia by those who understood its transformative potential. From the mystery schools of Egypt to the sacred traditions of the East, this wisdom has been carefully guarded, not to restrict its access, but to ensure it reached those prepared to wield it responsibly. Now, as you absorb these words, something within you stirs in recognition. It is your higher self acknowledging a truth it has always known. The veil between what you perceive as reality and what is possible grows thinner with each moment of understanding. You stand at the threshold of awakening to your true creative power, ready to harness the eternal laws that govern all manifestation. Part 1. Awakening to the Hidden Truths. Chapter 1. The Veil of Illusion. In a valley veiled by mists of morning, a wanderer searched endlessly for the path ahead. Each step brought uncertainty, each turn led to confusion. The fog pressed close, thick as wool, until even memories of clarity faded into shadow. For days, perhaps weeks, the wanderer circled, believing themselves trapped by forces beyond their control. Then came the moment, a revelation as simple as it was powerful. The wanderer noticed how the fog seemed to pulse with their own breathing, how it darkened with their fears and lightened with their hopes. In that instant of recognition, they understood. The mist was not separate from themselves, but a manifestation of their own clouded thoughts. With this understanding, the wanderer closed their eyes and breathed deeply, choosing clarity over confusion. As their mind cleared, so too did the air around them. The fog dissolved like morning dew in sunlight, revealing a landscape that had always been there, waiting to be seen. You too walk through such mists, though perhaps you have not recognized them as your own creation. The doubts that whisper in quiet moments, the fears that hold you back, the limiting beliefs that narrow your vision, these are the fog that obscures your path. Like the wanderer, you have the power to disperse these illusions simply by choosing to see clearly. Let me share another truth. hidden within a simpler tale. A child once spent days digging holes in their backyard, searching for buried treasure. Their parents watched with gentle amusement as hole after hole appeared until finally the child made a discovery. There, beneath the earth, lay a small box containing precious stones, ones the child had buried months before and forgotten. This child's story mirrors your own journey. The treasures you seek, abundance, joy, purpose, are not hidden by external forces. You place them within yourself, though you may have forgotten. The answers you chase have always resided in your heart, waiting for you to remember their location. These stories speak to the nature of your current quest. Like the wanderer, you may feel lost in a fog of uncertainty. Like the child, you may search frantically for what already belongs to you. The mists that seem to block your path are projections of your own making, and the treasures you seek are already within your possession. To begin clearing these self-created illusions, I offer you this ancient practice. Find a quiet moment and settle into stillness. Close your eyes and visualize yourself surrounded by fog, the fog of your limiting beliefs. Now imagine a warm breeze of awareness beginning to move this mist. As the air clears, take your journal and write down 3 beliefs that have clouded your vision, 3 illusions you are ready to release. Watch them dissolve like morning mist in the light of your growing awareness. Chapter 2, The Power Behind the Scene. In a fertile valley nestled between ancient mountains, there lived a farmer whose wisdom surpassed the boundaries of what eyes could perceive. Each spring, this farmer would take handfuls of seeds and cast them into the dark earth, never once doubting the invisible process that would transform these tiny vessels into abundant life. When questioned by others about his unwavering faith in what he could not see, the farmer would smile and say, "The roots that sustain life grow in darkness, hidden from our eyes. Yet I know they reach deep into the soil, drawing up the essence of creation itself." You, like this farmer, live in a world where the most powerful forces remain unseen. The law of attraction operates with the same certainty as the laws that govern seed and soil. Just as roots spread beneath the earth, invisible networks of energy connect all things, responding to the vibrations of your thoughts and emotions. Think of the air you breathe, invisible yet essential. Consider the force of gravity, unseen yet constant. These hidden powers shape the visible world, just as your thoughts and feelings shape the reality you experience. The universe responds not to what your eyes perceive, but to the energy you emit through your beliefs, expectations, and emotional state. Let me share with you the tale of a sculptor who understood this truth deeply. Each day, she would stand before an uncarved block of marble, her hands resting gently on its cool surface. While others saw only rough stone, her mind's eye perceived the finished masterpiece waiting to emerge. With each strike of her chisel, she removed what did not belong, trusting in the vision she held within. She worked not from uncertainty, but from a place of absolute knowing. The statue already existed, she merely revealed it. This sculptor's art mirrors the way the universe responds to your inner vision. The reality you desire already exists in potential, waiting for your recognition and trust to bring it into form. Like the sculptor, you must first see clearly in your mind what you wish to create in the physical world. These invisible forces, like the growth beneath the soil and the vision within the sculptor's mind, operate continuously, whether you acknowledge them or not. Your task is not to make them work, but to align yourself with their natural flow. To deepen your understanding of these hidden powers, pause now for this practice. Choose one invisible force that shapes your world. perhaps love, faith, or even gravity. In your journal, explore how this unseen power influences your daily life. Notice how its effects manifest, though the force itself remains invisible to your eyes. Through this reflection, you will begin to recognize the subtle yet powerful ways that unseen energies shape your reality. Chapter 3. Echoes of the Infinite. In the days before modern instruments, there lived a sailor who mastered the art of celestial navigation. Night after night he would stand at the helm of his vessel, his eyes lifted to the eternal dance of stars above. While others saw only scattered points of light, he recognized the ancient patterns that had guided seafarers for countless generations. Through storms and calm seas alike, these celestial beacons never failed him. "The stars," he would say, "speak to those who learn their language. They tell stories of where we are and where we must go." Just as this sailor found direction in the cosmic patterns above, you too are surrounded by signs and symbols from the universe. These divine markers appear as meaningful coincidences, recurring numbers, or chance encounters that feel strangely significant. They are not random events, but rather the universe's way of communicating with you. The language of synchronicity flows through every moment, whispering guidance to those who attune their awareness to its presence. When you notice repeated patterns or experience moments of perfect timing, you glimpse the invisible threads that weave through the fabric of existence. Let me share with you the story of a musician who understood this sacred dialogue. One autumn evening, as leaves danced on the evening breeze, she heard more than just the rustling of wind through trees. Within nature's symphony, she perceived a melody, a song that seemed to emerge from the very heart of creation. Instead of dismissing this ethereal tune as imagination, she opened herself to its guidance. For days, she sat with her instrument, allowing the wind's song to flow through her. The resulting composition touched hearts deeply, for it carried within it the authentic voice of universal harmony. Like this musician, you can learn to recognize and interpret the subtle messages that surround you. Each déjà vu moment, each recurring theme, each unexpected alignment serves as a signpost on your path. These synchronicities reveal that you are in harmony with the universe's flow, moving in rhythm with its divine orchestration. When you open your awareness to these whispered truths, you begin to perceive the intricate tapestry of meaning woven through your daily experiences. What once seemed like mere coincidence transforms into a sacred conversation between your consciousness and the infinite wisdom that guides all things. The universe speaks to you through these gentle nudges, these moments of profound connection, inviting you to dance in perfect time with its eternal rhythm. To begin working with these cosmic signals, embrace this practice. Create a synchronicity journal. Each day, record the patterns, coincidences, and meaningful moments that catch your attention. Note the numbers that repeatedly appear, the themes that echo through your experiences, and the seemingly chance encounters that feel significant. Over time, you will discover that what once appeared random reveals itself as a sophisticated language of guidance, leading you toward your highest good. Chapter 4. The Mirror of Your Mind. In a hidden valley, nestled among ancient mountains, there once stood a mirror unlike any other. Those who gazed into its surface saw not their physical reflection, but rather the state of their inner world made manifest. A weary traveler stumbled upon this mystical glass one misty morning. As she approached, her reflection appeared dim and shadowed, matching the worried thoughts that had plagued her journey. Yet as she stood before the mirror, a remarkable transformation unfolded. When her mind wandered to memories of joy, her reflection began to glow with golden light. When fear crept in, storm clouds gathered in the glass. Each shift in her thoughts painted a new reality across the mirror's surface, revealing the intimate connection between her inner state and the world she perceived. Just as this magical mirror reflected the traveler's thoughts, your mind serves as a mirror to the universal forces that shape reality. Every thought you hold creates ripples in the fabric of existence, attracting experiences that match your inner frequency. This is not mere metaphor, but a fundamental law of consciousness, as within, so without. Your thoughts are not passive observers of reality, but active creators of your experience. Like the surface of a still lake reflecting the sky above, your mind reflects and attracts circumstances that resonate with your predominant mental state. Let me share with you the tale of a garden that responded to its keeper's heart. This garden flourished not merely through physical care, but through the emotional energy of its tender. On days when the gardener approached with joy and love, the flowers would burst with vibrant colors, their petals reaching toward the sun. But when she came with worry or anger in her heart, the same plants would droop, their leaves turning dull and listless. At first, she dismissed these changes as coincidence. Yet as seasons passed, the pattern became undeniable. Her garden mirrored her emotions with unwavering accuracy. The roses bloomed most brilliantly when she sang to them with happiness. The vegetables grew most abundant when she tended them with peaceful thoughts. Her garden became a living reflection of her inner world. Your life, like this responsive garden, mirrors the quality of your thoughts. Each circumstance you encounter, each relationship you form, each opportunity that arises, reflects the seeds you have planted in the soil of your mind. When you observe your current reality, you witness the harvest of your previous thoughts made manifest. To begin cultivating awareness of this mirror principle, engage in this practice. Find a quiet space and set aside 5 minutes. Allow your thoughts to flow naturally, observing them as a witness would observe a passing stream. Make no attempt to judge or change them. Simply notice their patterns, their tone, their recurring themes. After this observation period, record in your journal the nature of thoughts you witnessed. This practice will reveal the mental seeds you are currently planting in the garden of your reality. Chapter 5. The First Key. In a chamber veiled by darkness, a lone candle-bearer moved with measured steps. Each motion of their flame cast light into corners that had dwelt in shadow since time immemorial. As the bearer approached each darkened space, secrets long forgotten emerged into view, dusty tomes of wisdom, gleaming crystals, and ancient symbols etched in stone. With each illuminated corner, the room's true nature revealed itself, transforming from a void into a treasury of hidden knowledge. You possess within you this same power of illumination. Your awareness serves as the flame that brings light to the shadowed corners of your consciousness. Just as the candle-bearer discovered treasures in darkness, your mindful attention reveals the rich landscape of your inner world. The art of awareness begins with the simple act of witnessing. When you shine the light of consciousness upon your thoughts, emotions, and reactions, you initiate a profound transformation. No longer do these inner movements rule from the shadows. Brought into light, they become known, understood, and ultimately mastered. In the heart of an ancient city lived a master watchmaker whose reputation drew admirers from distant lands. Those who watched him work witnessed an extraordinary level of attention to detail. He would hold each tiny gear up to the light, examining it from every angle, understanding its unique role in the greater whole. One day, An apprentice asked why he spent so much time studying each piece. The watchmaker smiled and replied, "Only by knowing the nature of each component can I understand how they work in harmony. A single speck of dust overlooked can disrupt the entire mechanism." The watchmaker's wisdom holds true for the mechanics of consciousness. Each thought, each feeling, each subtle shift in your inner state influences the precise mechanism of your reality. When you develop the watchmaker's eye for detail, observing each emotional gear, each mental spring, you gain mastery over the clockwork of your experience. This practice of awareness reveals patterns previously hidden from view. Like the watchmaker examining his timepiece, you begin to recognize how each element of your inner world contributes to the whole. Your emotions become not mysterious forces that control you, but known quantities that inform you. To cultivate this heightened awareness, engage in this practice. For one full day, observe your emotions as they arise. Label each feeling simply and without judgment, as though you are a scientist cataloging specimens. Anger arising, joy present, anxiety appearing. Notice how these emotions flow and change, how they influence your thoughts and actions. Record these observations in your journal, creating a map of your emotional landscape. This practice transforms you from a passenger in your emotional journey to a conscious witness of your inner world. Chapter 6. Energy in Motion. In the rolling hills of an ancient land, a shepherd tended his flock along a winding river. Each day, he walked beside its waters, observing how the flow changed with the terrain. In places where the path was smooth, the river moved with gentle grace, its surface mirror-like and peaceful. Yet when the riverbed grew rocky or narrow, the waters churned and frothed, as though expressing nature's own turbulent heart. The shepherd noticed that his inner state seemed to mirror the river's changing moods. On days when his thoughts were clear and his heart was at peace, he found himself drawn to the tranquil stretches where the water flowed serenely. During times of inner turmoil, his feet invariably led him to the rapids, where the rushing waters echoed his unsettled spirit. Your emotions flow like this ancient river, carrying messages from the depths of your being. They are not mere reactions to be suppressed or ignored, but rather sophisticated guidance systems, attuned to the universal forces that shape your reality. When you feel joy, appreciation, or peace, you align with the natural flow of life. When anxiety, anger, or fear arise, these emotions signal resistance to this flow. High in the mountains, a solitary bird rides the invisible currents of air. Without maps or instruments, it knows precisely which winds will carry it home. The bird does not question its instincts or doubt the signals it receives from the air around it. It simply feels, responds, and soars. Like this bird, you possess an innate ability to navigate by feeling. Your emotions are the winds that guide you toward or away from alignment with your highest good. Joy lifts you higher, while discomfort warns of turbulence ahead. These feelings are not random. They are precise indicators of your relationship with universal truth. The bird's wisdom lies in its complete trust of these natural signals. It does not fight against the wind or ignore its subtle messages. Instead, it surrenders to this guidance, allowing itself to be carried effortlessly toward its destination. Your emotional guidance system operates with this same natural intelligence. When you learn to trust and follow its signals, you discover an effortless path through life's challenges. Your feelings become trusted allies, leading you toward experiences that resonate with your true nature and away from those that don't serve your highest good. As this day draws to a close, reflect on 3 moments when your emotions served as guides, like stars illuminating your path through darkness. Record how these feelings influenced your choices and the outcomes that followed. Notice both instances where you heeded this guidance and times when you might have ignored it. Pay special attention to the subtle whispers of your inner wisdom, those gentle nudges that either drew you toward or away from certain situations. Consider how your body responded in these moments, for your physical sensations are intimately connected to your emotional compass. Through this practice of mindful reflection, you strengthen your ability to recognize and trust these natural signals, gradually becoming more attuned to the sacred wisdom that flows through you. Chapter 7: The Laws You Didn't Know Governed You. In the shadows of a mountain temple, a wise sage sat with a young student beneath a fruit-laden tree. As they watched, a ripe apple fell from its branch, following an invisible path to the earth below. "Tell me," the sage asked, "what made the apple fall?" The student replied quickly, "Gravity, of course." "And can you see this force?" the sage inquired. "No," admitted the student, "yet you trust in its existence, for you witness its effects. So too are there unseen laws that govern all of creation, shaping your destiny as surely as gravity shapes the apple's path. You stand now where countless seekers have stood before, at the threshold of understanding these eternal principles. The law of vibration teaches that everything in existence moves, nothing rests. Your thoughts and emotions emit frequencies that resonate through the fabric of reality. The law of correspondence whispers that patterns repeat themselves across all levels of existence, as above, so below, as within, so without. These laws operate with perfect precision, whether acknowledged or ignored. Like the force that draws the apple earthward, they work silently, ceaselessly, shaping the course of your life through their subtle influence. In a distant kingdom, a ruler inherited a land divided by strife. Where others sought to impose order through force, this king observed the natural rhythms of his realm. He noticed how the tides influenced the fishermen's harvests, how the phases of the moon affected his people's moods, how the seasons dictated the flow of commerce and celebration. Understanding these natural laws, he aligned his governance with them rather than against them. He scheduled important meetings during the waxing moon when energy rose naturally. He planned harvests and festivals in harmony with the seasons. Gradually, his kingdom found its rhythm, prosperity flowing as naturally as water downstream. Just as this wise king discovered, these universal laws orchestrate the dance of creation. When you align with them, life flows with graceful ease. When you resist them, you create friction and struggle. Your current circumstances, whether pleasant or challenging, reflect your relationship with these eternal principles. Now turn your attention to an area of your life where progress feels blocked or difficult. Examine it through the lens of universal law. Perhaps the law of vibration reveals that your thoughts and feelings about this situation vibrate at a frequency that attracts more resistance. Or maybe the law of correspondence shows how your inner conflicts manifest as outer obstacles. Let this awareness guide you toward a new perspective, one that aligns with rather than opposes these timeless truths. Chapter 8: The Space Between Thoughts. In the heart of an ancient monastery garden, a monk sat motionless beneath a towering oak. As morning light filtered through the canopy, he observed not just the gentle dance of leaves, but the sacred spaces between their movements. In these intervals of perfect quiet, wisdom revealed itself without words. You too carry within you this capacity for profound stillness. Between each thought, each breath, each moment, lies a doorway to universal truth. Just as the monk discovered, these spaces of silence hold the essence of all creation, The universe speaks in whispers, not shouts. Its deepest mysteries unfold in moments of complete stillness, when the mind's endless chatter subsides. Like a still pond that perfectly reflects the sky above, a quiet mind mirrors the infinite wisdom of creation. Many seek truth through constant motion, endless questioning, and ceaseless activity. Yet the greatest revelations often emerge from absolute stillness. This principle manifests in the story of Isabella, an artist who struggled to find inspiration. Each day, she worked tirelessly in her studio, forcing creativity through sheer will. Her art felt hollow, lifeless. One sleepless night, she ventured to her studio hours before dawn. In the darkness, she sat quietly, watching the gradual awakening of the world. As the first hints of light touched the horizon, she experienced a moment of perfect silence. In this stillness, inspiration flowed naturally, effortlessly. Her subsequent works, born from these silent dawn hours, touched hearts in ways her forced creations never could. Your journey mirrors both the monk and the artist. The answers you seek already exist within the quiet spaces of your being. When you learn to rest in stillness, to value the silence between thoughts as much as the thoughts themselves, you align with the universe's natural rhythm. These moments of stillness serve as gateways to higher understanding. Just as a radio must be precisely tuned to receive a clear signal, your consciousness must find stillness to receive the universe's guidance. The noise of daily life, endless thoughts, worries, and distractions, creates static that drowns out these subtle frequencies. Practice. Find a comfortable position, whether seated in meditation or lying quietly, and set a timer for 5 minutes. Close your eyes and bring your attention to your breath, allowing your body to settle into a natural rhythm. Rather than focusing on the inhale or exhale, notice the subtle pause between breaths, that moment of perfect suspension where all movement ceases. Rest your awareness in these spaces of perfect stillness, as though you are floating in an infinite ocean of peace. When thoughts arise, as they naturally will, acknowledge them gently without judgment, and return to observing the quiet between breaths. Let each moment of silence reveal the deeper truths waiting within you, knowing that in these sacred spaces of stillness, universal wisdom flows most freely. This simple practice connects you to the eternal source of all knowledge, where answers emerge not through seeking, but through surrendering to the silence. Chapter 9. The Web of Interconnection. In the depths of an ancient forest, a spider wove her web in the pre-dawn light. Each strand emerged with perfect precision, creating an intricate pattern that sparkled with morning dew. When a gentle breeze touched one delicate thread, the entire web resonated in harmony, demonstrating nature's fundamental truth. All is connected. You exist within a similar web of infinite connections. Every thought you hold, every word you speak, every action you take sends ripples through the fabric of existence. Like the spider's silk strands, these connections may appear fragile, yet they possess remarkable strength and purpose. The universe operates as one vast interconnected system. Your presence affects the whole in ways beyond ordinary perception. When you smile at a stranger, that energy transforms countless unseen interactions. When you hold a loving thought, its vibration touches lives you may never meet. This is not merely poetic imagery. It is the fundamental nature of reality. In a distant mountain valley, there once stood a village where this truth became abundantly clear. For generations, the villagers lived in isolation from one another, each family tending only to their own needs. The village struggled, with meager harvests and little joy. Then came a wise elder who taught them to see their inherent connection. As the villagers began to share their resources, skills, and care for one another, something remarkable occurred. Gardens flourished, children thrived, and solutions to age-old problems emerged naturally through their combined wisdom. They discovered that their individual strengths, when woven together, created a resilient community far greater than the sum of its parts. This village mirrors the truth of your own existence. You are not separate from the world around you. You are an essential thread in the grand tapestry of life. Every kind gesture, every moment of understanding, every instance of sharing your unique gifts strengthens the entire web of being. Like the spider sensing vibrations across her web, you can learn to perceive these subtle connections. Your intuition already knows this truth. It recognizes the invisible threads that link all things. When you acknowledge these connections, you begin to move in greater harmony with the universal flow. Take a quiet moment to reflect on your place within the greater web of existence. Find a peaceful space where you can contemplate without distraction, allowing your mind to settle into the profound interconnectedness of all things. In your journal, write down 3 specific ways you contribute to the tapestry of life around you. These might be skills you share, ways you support others, or unique perspectives you bring to your relationships and community. Consider not just the obvious contributions, but also the subtle ways your presence enriches the lives of those around you, perhaps through your listening ear, your gentle encouragement, or the light of your smile. Recognize that these contributions, however small they may seem, create ripples that touch countless lives in ways you may never fully know. Like a pebble cast into still waters, your every action sends waves of influence far beyond your immediate sight, weaving threads of connection through the infinite fabric of existence. Chapter 10. Awakening to the Possibility. In a golden palace far beyond the mountains there lived a magnificent bird whose feathers shimmered with all the colors of dawn. Though its home was adorned with precious jewels and the finest silks, the bird spent its days gazing through ornate bars at the endless sky beyond. For years it lamented its captivity, dreaming of soaring through clouds and dancing on wind currents. One morning, as sunlight streamed through the window, the bird noticed something peculiar. There was no lock on the cage door. There had never been one. With a gentle push of its beak, the door swung open. The bird had been free all along, held captive only by its own beliefs. You too possess this freedom, though you may not yet recognize it. The universe holds infinite possibilities, waiting to unfold before you. Like that precious bird, you might perceive barriers where none truly exist. These apparent limitations are but shadows cast by thoughts that no longer serve you. The law of attraction responds not to your circumstances, but to your alignment with universal truth. When you release self-imposed constraints, you open channels through which abundance naturally flows. Your potential extends far beyond the boundaries you have accepted as real. Consider the tale of a weary traveler who lost their way in a vast desert. For days they wandered in circles, following misleading landmarks and false horizons. Exhausted and desperate, they finally ceased their frantic searching and grew still. In that moment of surrender, they remembered the wisdom of their ancestors, that each person carries an internal compass aligned with their true path. The traveler closed their eyes and turned their attention inward. There, in the quiet space between heartbeats, they found their direction. With renewed trust in this inner guidance, they walked forward confidently. Each step led them closer to home, though the path looked nothing like they had imagined. This journey mirrors your own. The way forward may appear unclear, yet you possess an unfailing inner compass. When you align with universal truth, paths reveal themselves naturally. What seems impossible from one perspective becomes inevitable from another. Practice. Take a moment now to connect with your deepest wisdom. On a blank page, write down one magnificent possibility you've never allowed yourself to seriously consider. Let your imagination soar beyond perceived limitations. Beneath this vision, list 3 concrete steps you could take toward making it real. Remember, the cage door has always been open. Part 2. Deepening the Vision. Chapter 11. Unlocking the Secret Within You. In a distant mountain village, there lived a seeker of truth who spent years traveling to sacred temples and consulting wise teachers. Despite gathering countless scrolls of wisdom and rare artifacts, an emptiness persisted in their spirit. One night, exhausted from their endless quest, they fell into a deep meditation beside a still pool. As the moon's reflection danced on the water, they saw their own heart glowing with an inner light. In that moment, they realized the truth they had searched for across continents had always resided within. You possess this same light, this same truth. The greatest mysteries of existence are not hidden in ancient tomes or remote monasteries. They pulse within your own consciousness. Like a sun behind clouds, your inner wisdom waits patiently to be unveiled. The universe operates through you, not separate from you. Each thought, each feeling, each moment of awareness is a gateway to deeper understanding. When you turn your gaze inward with genuine curiosity, you begin to access layers of knowledge that transcend ordinary perception. This reminds me of the pearl diver who struggled to find precious gems in turbulent waters. For years, they relied on maps and measurements, searching where others had found success. But the truly rare pearls remained elusive until one day, floating quietly in the depths, they began to feel a subtle pull, and knowing that defied explanation. Following this inner guidance, they discovered beds of pearls more magnificent than any recorded in merchants' logs. The diver's experience mirrors a universal truth. The most valuable discoveries come through trusting your inner wisdom. Just as they learned to feel the presence of pearls beneath the waves, you can develop sensitivity to the truth that resonates within your own being. Your search for meaning, for purpose, for understanding, it all leads back to this simple yet powerful revelation. The answers you seek are not scattered across the external world, but are waiting to be recognized within your own consciousness. Practice. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. For 10 minutes, hold the question in your mind. What truth am I hiding from myself? Don't strain for answers. Simply remain present with the question. Let insights arise naturally, like bubbles rising to the surface of a still pond. After your meditation, record any revelations in your journal. Chapter 12. The Language of the Universe. In the shadow of an ancient mountain where wisdom echoes through time, an old sage sat beneath a gnarled oak tree. A weary traveler approached, seeking direction for their journey. Instead of offering a map, the sage gestured to the rustling leaves above. "The wind speaks to those who learn its language," the sage whispered. Day after day, the sage taught the traveler to distinguish the subtle variations in the breeze, how it whistled through the canyon before a storm, how it danced with fallen leaves to mark the changing seasons, how it carried songs of distant lands to those who listened closely. You too stand at the threshold of such wisdom. The universe communicates ceaselessly through an intricate tapestry of signs and symbols, weaving messages into the fabric of your daily experience. These messages appear as recurring numbers, chance encounters, or thoughts that align perfectly with unexpected events. Like ripples on a pond, each synchronicity carries meaning outward from its source. When you notice the same symbol appearing repeatedly, or experience a string of related coincidences, the universe beckons you to pay attention. These are not random occurrences, but rather cosmic signposts guiding you toward alignment with universal truth. Consider the tale of the shepherd who walked the ancient hills beneath vast night skies. While others saw only scattered lights above, he recognized patterns that told stories of seasons, weather, and safe passages. Through patient observation, he learned to read the celestial language written in starlight. His flock thrived because he understood that nature itself was speaking, offering guidance to those who developed eyes to see and ears to hear. This shepherd's wisdom mirrors your own potential to perceive the subtle language of the universe. Each seemingly chance encounter, each recurring theme, each unexpected alignment of events. These are stars in your personal constellation of meaning. They form patterns that, when recognized, illuminate your path forward. The universe's messages surround you constantly, woven into the very texture of your experience. That book that falls open to exactly the page you needed to read, the conversation that answers a question you've been pondering, the repeated sighting of a particular animal or symbol. These are not mere coincidences, but threads in the universal dialogue. Practice. For the next 7 days, maintain a synchronicity journal. Record any meaningful coincidences, recurring patterns, or unexpected alignments you encounter. Note the circumstances, your thoughts and feelings at the time, and any potential significance you perceive. At week's end, review your entries, looking for common themes or messages that may have been trying to reach you. Chapter 13, The Divine Blueprint. In a time beyond memory, there lived an architect whose vision surpassed the boundaries of ordinary imagination. Each night, he dreamed of soaring spires and graceful arches that would touch the heavens. When dawn broke, he carefully transferred these divine inspirations onto parchment, creating blueprints that would guide the hands of countless workers. Yet the architect understood a profound truth. While the vision was his to receive, the manifestation required trust in others. He watched as stonemasons selected perfect blocks, craftsmen carved intricate details, and artists painted celestial scenes. Though each worker approached their task differently, their combined efforts gradually transformed his dream into reality. The cathedral that emerged exceeded even his original vision, for it carried within it the unique touch of every soul who contributed to its creation. You too carry within you a divine blueprint, a sacred design etched into the very essence of your being. This blueprint contains not just what you are meant to do, but who you are meant to become. Like the architect's vision, it seeks expression through your unique gifts and talents. In the mountains grew a tree, neither the tallest nor the most striking, yet perfectly adapted to its environment. Its branches reached toward available light, its roots found sustenance in rocky soil, and its trunk grew strong against prevailing winds. The tree never questioned why it grew differently from others in the forest. It simply followed its nature, becoming exactly what it was meant to be. Your path unfolds in much the same way. The universe has planted within you seeds of purpose that respond to the unique conditions of your life. When you align with your authentic nature, like the tree, you naturally grow toward fulfillment. Your challenges become opportunities for growth. Your limitations guide you toward your true strengths, and your intuition leads you to your highest expression. This truth resonates through the ages. Each soul carries a unique imprint of the divine. Just as no two snowflakes share the same pattern, no two paths to fulfillment are identical. The architect trusted his workers to interpret his vision through their individual skills, and the tree grew according to its own nature. Similarly, you must trust the whispers of your soul, following the direction that feels most authentic to your being. Practice. Take a moment of quiet reflection. In your journal, write down one dream or calling that consistently pulls at your heart, something that feels aligned with your deepest truth. Then, identify one small step you can take this week toward this dream. Remember, like the cathedral, great achievements begin with single stones carefully placed. Chapter 14. The Second Key. In a sun-dappled garden, where wisdom bloomed alongside flowers, there lived a gardener who understood the sacred art of creation. Each morning, as dawn painted the sky in gentle hues, she would kneel before her soil with seeds cradled in her palms. Yet before a single seed touched the earth, she would close her eyes and hold in her mind's eye the exact vision of what would bloom, the height of each stem, the color of each petal, the way sunlight would dance through the leaves. The universe responds to such clarity of vision. Through your intentions, you shape the formless into form, just as the gardener shapes her garden through the power of focused thought. Each seed she plants carries not just the potential for life, but the specific imprint of her vision. When you set an intention, you create a bridge between the invisible realm of possibility and the visible world of manifestation. Like the gardener who sees roses before the first green shoot breaks through soil, you must cultivate the ability to hold your desires with unwavering clarity. In a quiet village lived a potter whose hands knew the secret language of clay. Before touching his wheel, he would sit in silence, feeling the vessel take shape in his mind. His fingers moved with deliberate purpose, each gesture guided by the clear intention he had set. The clay responded to his focused will, transforming from shapeless mass into elegant form. The potter never fought against the clay's nature, but rather aligned his intentions with its inherent properties. When resistance arose, he adjusted his touch while maintaining his vision. Through this dance of intention and adaptability, masterpieces emerged. You stand at the potter's wheel of your own life. The clay of infinite possibility awaits your touch. Through clear intention, you imprint the universe with the pattern of your desires. Yet like the potter, you must learn to hold your vision while remaining flexible in its execution. The gardener's seeds and potter's clay mirror the raw material of your existence. Through focused intention, you direct the creative force of the universe. Your thoughts, when charged with clear purpose, become the blueprint for manifestation. Practice, find a quiet moment and write a single specific intention for one area of your life. Let your words be clear and precise, avoiding vague generalities. For 5 minutes each day, sit in silence with this intention, feeling it as if it has already manifested. Like the gardener viewing her future garden, see your intention in vivid detail. Chapter 15. The universe is listening. In a grove where ancient trees whispered secrets of harmony, a musician sat beneath swaying branches. Each morning, she would hum a simple melody, letting it float on the breeze. At first, her song seemed to disappear into the air, but as she continued, something magical began to unfold. The wind carried back fragments of her tune, transformed and enriched. Birds wove their calls into her melody, leaves rustled in rhythm, and even the distant stream seemed to murmur her song. The universe operates as a grand mirror, reflecting back the vibrations you send forth. Like ripples in a pond, every thought, word, and action creates waves in the fabric of existence. These waves return to you, often in ways you might not expect, but always in perfect resonance with what you've projected. Your consciousness acts as an instrument, constantly broadcasting frequencies into the universal field. When you speak words of kindness, the universe orchestrates situations that bring kindness back to you. When you radiate joy, circumstances align to multiply that joy. This is not mere coincidence, but the operation of cosmic law. In the fertile valleys lived a farmer who understood this truth through working with the land. Each crop reflected not just the seeds planted, but the quality of attention given. Where he tended with love and care, the plants grew strong and abundant. Where his thoughts were scattered or negative, the harvest proved meager. The farmer noticed that on days when he sang to his crops and spoke words of encouragement, the plants seemed to stretch toward him, their leaves more vibrant, their fruits more sweet. Yet in fields where he harbored doubt or frustration, even the hardiest seeds struggled to thrive. This simple truth reveals itself in every aspect of your existence. The universe responds, not just to your actions, but to the energy behind them. Your thoughts and emotions create a vibrational signature that draws corresponding experiences into your life. Like the musician whose melody returns enriched by nature's chorus, or the farmer whose crops mirror his care, you participate in a constant exchange with the universal field. Every moment offers an opportunity to choose the quality of energy you send forth. Practice. Set aside 5 minutes each day to engage in intentional positive self-talk. Speak words of appreciation, success, and joy, as if sharing them directly with the universe. Like the musician humming her melody, let your affirmations rise naturally, knowing they will return transformed into experience. Chapter 16. Breaking the Chains of Fear. In a distant kingdom, a prisoner sat in a dimly lit cell, bound by what appeared to be unbreakable chains. For years, these shackles had held them fast, their weight a constant reminder of captivity. One day, as sunlight streamed through the window, casting new light on their bonds, the prisoner made a startling discovery. The chains that had seemed so solid were merely paper, delicate constructions of their own making, held together by nothing more than the strength of their fears. You possess within you the power to break free from the invisible restraints that bind your spirit. These self-imposed limitations, like paper chains, appear formidable only because you believe in their strength. The universe awaits your awakening to this truth. Fear acts as a veil between you and the infinite possibilities that surround you. It distorts your perception, making mountains of molehills and barriers of shadows. Yet when you shine the light of awareness upon these fears, their illusory nature becomes clear. In a verdant garden stood an ornate birdcage, its door wide open. Inside, a magnificent bird perched, its wings shimmering with countless colors. Day after day it remained within, though freedom beckoned. Other birds would land nearby, calling to their caged brother, showing him the joys of flight. Still, it stayed, comfortable in its familiar prison, until one day, a gentle breeze ruffled its feathers, awakening a memory of freedom that could no longer be ignored. Like this bird, you may find comfort in the familiar constraints of your beliefs. The cage of limiting thoughts might feel safe, predictable, even necessary. But these beliefs are not your protectors. They are barriers between you and your highest potential. Each fear you harbor acts as a signal block, preventing the free flow of universal energy into your life. Whether it's fear of failure, unworthiness, or change, these mental constructs create resistance to the natural abundance that seeks to flow toward you. Practice. Take a moment to identify one fear or limiting belief that holds you back. Write it down, then craft a powerful counter-affirmation that directly challenges this fear. For example, if you fear inadequacy, your affirmation might be, "I am complete and worthy of all good things." Repeat this affirmation daily, allowing its truth to dissolve your paper chains. Chapter 17. The Third Key. In the heart of a vast desert, where the sun blazed mercilessly and hope seemed as scarce as water, a wanderer trudged through endless dunes. Their water supply dwindled, their strength waned, yet something within urged them forward. As darkness approached and despair threatened to overwhelm, they crested a final dune to behold a sight that brought tears to their eyes, an oasis, shimmering with life. Instead of rushing forward to quench their thirst, the wanderer paused, overwhelmed by gratitude. They gave thanks for the journey that led them here, for the strength to persevere, for the beauty before them. As they expressed their appreciation, something miraculous occurred. The oasis seemed to expand, revealing hidden springs, abundant fruit trees, and shelter from the harsh desert winds. You stand at the threshold of a profound truth. Gratitude is not merely a response to abundance, but a catalyst that creates it. When you align your heart with appreciation, you tune your being to the frequency of abundance that flows eternally through the universe. Like a magnet, gratitude draws forth more reasons to be grateful. This principle manifests in every aspect of existence. Each expression of thanks raises your vibration, creating a resonance with the universal flow of good. As you acknowledge the gifts already present in your life, you open channels for greater blessings to flow. In a distant land lived a king who ruled over a kingdom that had fallen into decay. One morning, rather than focusing on what was wrong, he began to appreciate the beauty that remained, the strength of his people, the fertility of the soil, the wisdom of his elders. As he shared his gratitude, a transformation began. His people, inspired by his example, began to see beauty where before they saw only lack. Gardens flourished, communities strengthened, and prosperity returned, all sparked by the simple act of appreciation. This tale mirrors the power you hold within your own heart. When you choose gratitude, you choose to see life through the lens of abundance rather than scarcity. Each moment of appreciation becomes a seed that grows into greater manifestation. Practice. As the sun rises each morning, write down 5 specific things for which you feel genuine gratitude. Let your heart fill with the warmth of appreciation as you reflect on how each blessing enriches your life. Notice how this practice gradually transforms your perception of the world around you. Chapter 18. Becoming a Conscious Creator. In a sunlit studio, an artist stood before a blank canvas, brushes and paints arrayed like sacred tools before them. Each color called out with possibility, each brush whispered of potential. The artist closed their eyes, holding the finished masterpiece in their mind's eye before touching brush to canvas. With each stroke, they poured not just paint, but intention, allowing divine inspiration to flow through their hands. The finished work transcended mere technique. It radiated with purposeful creation. You too stand before the canvas of your life, blessed with the power to create with conscious intention. The universe has gifted you with the divine right of creation, waiting for you to claim your role as an active participant in life's grand design. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions are your brushes, Your intentions provide the colors with which you paint your reality. When you align these elements with purpose, you step into your power as a co-creator with the universe. Each thought becomes a brushstroke, each emotion adds depth, and each action brings your vision closer to manifestation. This is not mere chance or wishful thinking. It is the application of universal law through conscious creation. In a village long ago, a master blacksmith worked tirelessly at his forge. Unlike others who simply hammered metal into shape, he understood that creating a supreme blade required absolute presence. Every strike of his hammer was precise, every fold of the metal intentional. He saw the finished sword in his mind, feeling its perfect balance before it existed in physical form. Through this focused intention, he created not just weapons but works of art that seemed to hold magic within their steel. This tale mirrors your own creative power. Like the blacksmith, you must bring clear intention and focused energy to your life's work. When you approach each day with conscious awareness of your creative power, your life begins to reflect the masterpiece you envision. You are not a passive observer in the story of your life, but its primary artist. The universe responds to your creative energy, amplifying and manifesting that which you hold with clear intention and aligned action. Practice. Set aside time to create a vision board or detailed written description of your ideal life. Include images, words, or descriptions that resonate deeply with your true desires. Place this where you will see it daily and spend time connecting with these images, feeling them as though they are already manifest. Let this practice remind you of your role as a conscious creator in the universal dance. Chapter 19. The Alchemy of Thought and Feeling. In the heart of an ancient city, a master chef stood before his ingredients, each carefully selected for the masterpiece he would create. He understood that the perfect dish required more than mere technique. It demanded harmony between the elements. As he worked, he infused each motion with intention, each combination with understanding. The result was not simply food, but an experience that touched the soul of all who partook. You possess within you this same capacity for perfect creation. Like the master chef, your thoughts and emotions must blend in precise harmony to manifest your desires. When your mental clarity aligns with the vibration of your feelings, you create an alchemical reaction that transforms possibility into reality. Just as a chef knows that salt alone cannot create flavor, and heat alone cannot create tenderness, you must understand that thoughts without emotional resonance lack the power to manifest. It is the marriage of clear intention with authentic feeling that gives birth to creation. In a distant mountain village lived a healer whose touch could mend the deepest wounds. Those who observed her work noticed that before she laid hands on any patient, she would close her eyes and summon a profound feeling of love. This emotion, combined with her focused intention to heal, created results that seemed miraculous to others. Yet she knew that she was simply aligning universal forces, the power of thought joined with the energy of emotion. The healer's wisdom reveals a fundamental truth. Your emotions amplify your thoughts, creating a resonance that the universe must answer. When you think of what you desire while feeling the joy of its fulfillment, you create a powerful force of attraction. Like the healer's love-infused intention, your emotionally charged thoughts become catalysts for manifestation. Practice. Find a quiet space where you will not be disturbed. Close your eyes and bring to mind a goal you wish to manifest. Now, rather than simply thinking about this goal, allow yourself to feel the emotions you would experience upon its achievement. Feel the joy, the gratitude, the satisfaction, as though your desire has already manifested. Maintain this combination of clear visualization and positive emotion for 5 minutes, allowing the experience to fill your entire being. Chapter 20. Seeing Beyond the Surface. In the azure waters of an ancient sea, a diver descended beneath the churning surface in search of precious pearls. Day after day he faced the tumultuous waves, knowing that beneath their chaos lay treasures of rare beauty. While others saw only the threatening surface, he understood that true value resided in the depths. You, like this diver, stand before life's turbulent waters. The surface may appear daunting, yet beneath every challenge lies a pearl of wisdom waiting to be discovered. When you learn to dive beneath appearances, you begin to perceive the hidden purpose within each experience. The universe speaks through every circumstance, offering teachings that transform your understanding. Each difficulty serves as an invitation to look deeper, to search beyond the obvious, and to uncover the truth that lies waiting. Your challenges are not obstacles, but doorways to profound revelation. In a distant mountain village lived a sculptor who worked with unwavering dedication. Before him stood a massive block of marble, rough and seemingly formless. Yet his eyes saw beyond the stone's crude exterior. With each careful strike of his chisel, he removed what did not belong, gradually revealing the masterpiece hidden within. Like this sculptor, you must learn to perceive the perfection concealed within each moment. The circumstances that appear rough and unformed contain within them a divine design. Your task is not to force creation, but to reveal the wisdom and beauty already present. The sculptor's story mirrors your own journey. Life presents you with experiences that may seem shapeless or challenging at first glance. Yet as you approach each moment with awareness and understanding, you begin to recognize the perfect form waiting to emerge. Take a moment to reflect on a challenging experience from your life, one that may have seemed at first like an unwelcome obstacle in your path. In the sacred silence of contemplation, allow your mind to still itself until wisdom emerges naturally like the morning sun breaking through clouds. Write down 3 positive lessons or insights this experience has revealed to you. As you do this, you will begin to recognize how, like the diver's precious pearls or the sculptor's magnificent statue, these profound teachings were always present within the experience, patiently waiting to be discovered by your awakened consciousness. This simple yet powerful practice will gradually train your inner eye to perceive the hidden blessings concealed within every challenge that life presents to you. Part 3. Mastering the Hidden Truths. Chapter 21. The Flow of Divine Energy. In a distant valley, a river wound its way through the landscape, its waters moving with serene purpose toward the vast ocean. Neither rock nor fallen tree could long impede its journey. The river simply flowed around obstacles, wearing them smooth or finding new paths forward. Every living thing along its banks drew sustenance from its endless journey, from the smallest flower to the mightiest tree. You too are part of this eternal flow. The universe moves with a natural rhythm, an endless dance of energy, seeking its perfect expression. When you align with this flow, life unfolds with graceful ease. Your desires manifest not through force, but through harmony with the greater current that carries all things toward their destiny. Resistance creates the illusion of struggle. Like a swimmer fighting against the current, you exhaust yourself needlessly when you oppose the natural flow of life. The universe guides you always toward your highest good, though the path may not appear as you imagined. High above a windswept plain, a young child flew a kite, marveling at its dance in the sky. At first, the child pulled and tugged, trying to force the kite to move as they wished. But soon they discovered a profound truth. When they allowed the kite to move in harmony with the wind, it soared to heights they never dreamed possible. This simple truth reflects the deeper wisdom of surrender, not a surrender of defeat, but one of alignment with the greater forces that shape your journey. When you release the need to control every aspect of your path, you discover a power far greater than your own carrying you forward. Like the kite in the wind, your life takes flight when you learn to work with the currents that surround you. Where are you pulling against the flow? What resistance keeps you bound to struggle? The universe invites you to release your grip and trust in its guidance. Close your eyes now and envision yourself as that river, moving with effortless grace toward your desires. Feel the pure joy of alignment as you flow naturally toward your destination. For 5 minutes, let this visualization fill your consciousness. See yourself moving in perfect harmony with the universal current, knowing that all obstacles naturally smooth themselves away before you. Like the river reaching inevitably toward the ocean, trust that you are being carried precisely where you need to go. Chapter 22. The Fourth Key. In the depths of a raging storm, a seasoned sailor battled fierce waves that threatened to overwhelm his vessel. For hours he fought against nature's fury, his muscles straining at the helm as he attempted to force his ship through the tempest. Yet with each passing moment, exhaustion crept closer and the storm showed no signs of relenting. In that moment of desperation, an ancient wisdom stirred within his heart. Releasing his white-knuckled grip on the wheel, he allowed his vessel to move with the wind rather than against it. To his amazement, the ship began to dance with the waves, finding safe passage through the turmoil. What seemed like certain doom transformed into a divine guidance system, leading him to a protected cove he would never have discovered on his chosen course. You stand now at the threshold of a profound truth. Surrender holds more power than struggle. The universe operates through an intelligence far greater than human understanding can grasp. When you release your grip on how things should be, you open yourself to possibilities beyond imagination. This wisdom echoes in the tale of the mountain climber who sought to conquer a treacherous peak. For days they pushed forward along their chosen path, bloodying their hands on sharp rocks and exhausting their strength on impossible climbs. Only when they stopped forcing their way forward did they notice a gentle slope winding around the mountain, a path that led to the summit with grace and ease. These stories mirror the truth of your own journey. Where in your life do you push against the current? What dreams do you grasp so tightly that you strangle their natural unfolding? True surrender is not defeat. It is the wisdom to recognize that the universe holds a grander vision than your limited perspective can perceive. Like the sailor who found safety by yielding to the storm's guidance, you too can discover the freedom that comes with release. Like the climber who achieved their goal by surrendering their predetermined path, you can reach your desires through channels you never imagined. Practice. Select one area of your life where you feel stuck or frustrated, perhaps a relationship that seems stagnant, a career goal that eludes you, or a creative project that refuses to flow. For the next 7 days, consciously release your grip on controlling the outcome. Let go of your preconceived notions of how things should unfold. Document your experience each evening, noting any unexpected opportunities or insights that arise when you allow the universe to guide your path. Watch how situations naturally resolve themselves when you step back and trust in divine timing. Pay attention to the subtle shifts in your energy when you surrender, the lightness that replaces tension, the clarity that emerges from confusion. This practice of conscious release will reveal how your attempts to force outcomes often create the very resistance you wish to overcome. Let the wisdom of surrender teach you its gentle lessons. Chapter 23. Living the Secret Daily. In the fertile valleys of an ancient land, there lived a farmer whose gardens flourished year after year, while others struggled with uncertain harvests. Each morning, as the first light touched the horizon, the farmer would walk among their crops, tending to each plant with unwavering devotion. They removed weeds before they could take root, nurtured the soil with care, and spoke words of encouragement to every growing thing. When neighbors asked about the secret to such consistent abundance, the farmer simply smiled and continued their daily rounds. The true magic lay not in grand gestures or complex techniques, but in the quiet dedication of showing up each day, performing small acts with great love. You too possess this power of consistent creation. The universal laws respond not to sporadic bursts of energy, but to steady, intentional action. Each thought you cultivate, each word you speak, each deed you perform, weaves the fabric of your reality. Like the farmer who understands that a harvest cannot be rushed, your transformation unfolds through patient, daily practice. Consider the tale of the master weaver who created tapestries of breathtaking beauty. Visitors to their workshop often expressed disappointment, expecting to witness dramatic displays of artistry. Instead, they found the weaver quietly working, placing one thread after another with mindful precision. The beauty, the weaver would explain, emerges not from any single thread, but from the patient weaving of thousands. This wisdom applies to your journey of spiritual alignment. Each morning meditation, each moment of gratitude, each conscious breath builds upon the last. The universe responds not to sporadic wishes, but to the steady rhythm of aligned action. Your daily choices, however small they may seem, create the pattern of your life's tapestry. Just as the farmer knows that skipping a day of tending leads to unwanted growth, and the weaver understands that missing a thread disrupts the pattern, your consistent practice maintains the flow of universal energy. The power lies not in perfection, but in persistence. Practice. Select a simple daily ritual that resonates with your spirit. Perhaps it's 5 minutes of morning gratitude, a mindful walk in nature, or an evening visualization of your deepest desires. Choose a specific time and place for this practice. For the next 7 days, commit to this ritual without exception, treating it as sacred as the farmer treats their morning rounds or the weaver their daily weaving. Record how this consistent practice affects your energy, your outlook, and your alignment with universal forces. Chapter 24. The Universe's Echo. In the depths of an ancient mountain, there exists a sacred cave known to those who walk the path of wisdom. A young seeker once ventured into its depths, their voice trembling with doubt as they whispered, "I am lost." The cave returned their words, multiplied and magnified. Yet when they spoke with conviction, declaring, "I am found," the cave's response resonated with equal strength and clarity. You live within such a cave, though its walls may not be of stone. The universe itself acts as this resonant chamber, returning to you the precise frequency of your thoughts, words, and actions. Every intention you release into the world creates ripples that eventually return to their source, you. The law of reflection operates with unwavering precision. When you project fear, circumstances arise that validate your anxieties. When you radiate confidence, opportunities emerge that confirm your capabilities. This is not mere coincidence, but the operation of an eternal principle that governs all creation. Picture the tale of the sacred dancer in the temple courtyard. As she began her movement, the drummer watched attentively, matching his rhythm to her steps. As her confidence grew, so did the power of the drums. When she hesitated, the beats grew uncertain. Soon it became impossible to determine whether the dancer led the drummer or the drummer guided the dancer. They had entered a perfect cycle of creation and response. Your life moves in similar patterns of call and response. The universe drums to the rhythm of your inner state, while you dance to the beat it returns. This sacred feedback loop offers constant guidance, showing you where alignment flows and where resistance blocks your path. Each experience serves as a message reflecting the energy you have sent forth. A string of unfortunate events may mirror unconscious beliefs about struggle. A flow of synchronicities often follows periods of trust and gratitude. The universe offers these reflections not as punishment or reward, but as tools for refinement and growth. The key lies in recognizing these patterns. When you understand that external circumstances mirror internal states, you gain the power to adjust your frequency. Like the seeker in the cave learning to speak with clarity, or the dancer finding harmony with the drum, you can tune your vibration to create the reality you desire. Practice. Find a quiet space where you will remain undisturbed for 5 minutes. Close your eyes and review the events of your recent past, encounters, circumstances, and experiences that stand out in your memory. For each situation, ask yourself, what energy did I project before this occurred? What thoughts or beliefs might this be reflecting back to me? Record your insights, looking for patterns between your inner state and outer experiences. This practice reveals the mirror of your creation, allowing you to refine your energy with greater precision. Chapter 25. The Sacred Dance of Action and Allowing. In a village among rolling hills lived a gardener renowned for her abundant harvests. Each spring she would carefully select her seeds, prepare the soil with reverence, and plant each seed with intention. Yet unlike others who anxiously watched their gardens day and night, she understood a deeper wisdom. After providing water and tending to basic needs, she stepped back, trusting in nature's intelligence to guide the growing process. You stand at a similar threshold between action and allowance. The universal laws operate with perfect precision, requiring your participation, but not your interference. Like the gardener, your role is to plant seeds of intention and nurture them with aligned action, then step back and allow the invisible forces to work their magic. When you grasp too tightly to outcomes or attempt to force results through sheer will, you disrupt the natural flow of manifestation. The universe operates through perfect timing, orchestrating countless elements beyond your awareness to bring your desires to fruition. Consider the symphony orchestra, where each musician plays their part with skill and dedication. A violinist does not attempt to control the entire performance, but rather focuses on their contribution while trusting in the conductor's guidance and the harmony of the whole. The beauty emerges from this balanced collaboration. So too must you find this sacred balance in your own creation. Take inspired action when guidance calls, then release attachment to how and when your desires will manifest. This requires faith in the unseen processes that govern all of life, the same forces that turn seeds into flowers and transform individual notes into magnificent symphonies. Your task is not to make things happen through force, but to align your actions with the natural flow of universal energy. When you trust in this process, you'll find that results often unfold in ways far more magnificent than you could have orchestrated on your own. Practice. Choose one meaningful goal or heartfelt desire that truly resonates in your soul. Take one concrete action step toward it today, something that feels inspiring, aligned with your inner wisdom, and fills you with a sense of rightness. This action need not be grand. Even a small step taken with pure intention carries great power. Then, for the next 7 days, consciously release all attachment to how or when results will appear. Let go of the need to control every detail or force specific outcomes. Simply trust, with unwavering faith, that the universal forces are orchestrating the perfect unfolding of your intention, weaving together circumstances and opportunities in ways your limited perspective cannot yet perceive. This practice develops both your capacity for inspired action and your ability to surrender to divine timing. Chapter 26. The Fifth Key. In the heart of an endless desert, where golden sands stretch beyond sight, a pilgrim journeyed forward step by step. Though the sun blazed mercilessly overhead and mirages danced on the horizon, the pilgrim's faith never wavered. Each footprint left in the sand marked not just distance traveled, but devotion to an unseen truth, the certainty that an oasis awaited. You now stand at the threshold of your own desert crossing. The universal laws operate with perfect precision, yet their workings often remain invisible to earthly eyes. Like the pilgrim, you must learn to walk forward guided by inner knowing rather than external proof. Faith serves as the bridge between your present reality and desired manifestations. It fills the space between planting a seed and witnessing the first green shoot break through soil. This faith is not blind hope, but rather a deep alignment with universal truth, a knowing that transcends physical evidence. In the mountains, a mother bird stands at her nest's edge with her fledgling. Though the young bird has never flown, she gently nudges it forward, trusting in its innate ability to soar. The mother bird holds no doubt, no fear, only pure faith in the natural order of things. In that moment of trust, wings that have never known flight suddenly catch the wind. This same unwavering faith lives within you. It whispers in moments of doubt and lights the path when physical eyes see only darkness. Faith becomes your compass when logic fails, your sustenance when results seem distant, your strength when obstacles appear insurmountable. To align with universal forces, you must nurture this faith like a precious flame. Let it grow from a spark into an eternal light that guides your journey. Remember, the universe operates with flawless precision, whether or not you can perceive its workings. Your faith in this truth becomes the very force that brings your desires into manifestation. Practice. Take a piece of paper and write a letter to the universe, expressing your complete and unwavering faith in a specific outcome. Pour your heart into every word, writing as though the manifestation is already certain. When finished, release this letter, burn it, bury it, or cast it to the wind, symbolically entrusting your desire to universal forces. Chapter 27. Infinite possibilities await. In a coastal village lived a fisherman who ventured daily into the endless expanse of ocean. While others hugged the shoreline, casting their nets in familiar waters, this fisherman sailed beyond the horizon where sea met sky. Each morning, as his small boat drifted upon vast waters, he would cast his net with complete trust, knowing the ocean's abundance knew no bounds. You too stand before an infinite sea of possibility. Like the fisherman, you must learn to cast your net into deeper waters, beyond the familiar shallows where others dwell. The universe holds limitless potential, waiting to fill your net with treasures beyond imagination. When you align with universal forces, Scarcity dissolves into abundance. What appears finite to earthly eyes reveals itself as endless to the awakened spirit. Your only limitation lies in the size of the net you dare to cast. On a moonless night, a stargazer lay upon a hilltop, eyes fixed upon the infinite canvas above. As countless stars revealed themselves in the darkness, she understood that each point of light represented not just a star but entire galaxies, each containing billions of possibilities. The more intently she gazed, the more stars emerged from the darkness, until she realized the universe's abundance exceeded all human comprehension. Just as the stargazer discovered endless worlds in the night sky, you must expand your vision beyond current horizons. The universe's abundance matches the magnitude of your dreams. When you limit your dreams, you limit the flow of universal energy. When you expand them, you open channels for greater manifestation. Your dreams are not too big, they are more likely too small. You have been taught to desire what seems reasonable, achievable, safe. But the universe operates on a scale far beyond human reason. It deals in infinities, not limitations. Your greatest dreams barely scratch the surface of what's possible when you align with universal forces. Practice. Take a moment now to write down 3 dreams that seem impossible by current standards. Let your imagination soar beyond practical limitations. For each seemingly impossible dream, identify one small step you could take today toward its realization. Remember, the universe's only boundary is your willingness to dream beyond boundaries. Chapter 28, The Journey Beyond Limits. In the ancient scrolls, there lies a tale of a traveler who stood before the forbidden mountains. For generations, villagers warned of the perils beyond those peaks, speaking of dangers that kept their people bound to the valley below. Yet this traveler felt a stirring in their soul, an inner knowing that transcended generations of fear. You, like this traveler, stand before your own forbidden mountains, beliefs that tower in your mind, casting shadows of limitation across your path. These peaks were not formed by nature, but by thoughts passed down, whispered warnings that became solid as stone. The traveler began to climb, each step challenging the wisdom of ages. Higher and higher they ascended, until the clouds parted to reveal not the dreaded wasteland of legend, but an endless horizon stretching beyond imagination. In that moment they understood. The mountains had protected nothing. They had only hidden everything. Within the infinite lies a truth waiting for you. Boundaries exist first in thought, before they manifest in experience. The universe knows no limit save those you accept as real. Witness now the tale of a young bird, raised in a grove where all its kind flew to the same height, never surpassing the tallest trees. One dawn, caught in an updraft, this bird was lifted beyond its known world. Instead of fighting to descend, it surrendered to the current, discovering wings strong enough to soar past every learned limitation. From that day forward, it never again confined its flight to the boundaries of the grove. In your life, how many groves have you accepted? How many invisible lines have become your truth? The boundaries you perceive are like morning mist, substantial in appearance yet dissolving when touched by awareness. Each time you question a limitation, you stand at the base of your own forbidden mountains. Each time you challenge a boundary, you spread wings capable of reaching new heights. The infinite awaits not beyond some distant horizon, but in your willingness to question what you have accepted as impossible. Take a moment now to write down one limiting belief that has become your mountain, that seemingly impassable barrier looming before you. Examine it closely, not with fear, but with curiosity. Then, Identify 3 specific actions you could take this week to challenge this boundary, no matter how small these steps might seem. Remember, the traveler did not destroy the mountains. They simply proved the legends false by crossing them. Like water wearing away stone, your consistent actions will reveal that what appeared solid was merely an illusion of impossibility. The mountain remains, but its power to confine you dissolves with each step you take beyond its shadow. Chapter 29. The universe awakens through you. In a village among ancient hills, darkness fell early and stayed late. The villagers moved through their evenings in shadow, each home isolated in its own pool of darkness. Then one evening, an elder lit a single candle and stepped outside. Instead of shielding the flame, she held it high, allowing its light to shine freely. A child, fascinated by the warm glow, brought forth their own candle and lit it from the elder's flame. One by one, neighbors emerged, each lighting their candle from those already burning. Soon the village square blazed with shared light, revealing faces that had been hidden in darkness for generations. The villagers discovered they could see not just pathways, but possibilities. You hold within you a similar light, the radiance of awakened consciousness. When you align with universal truth, your inner illumination cannot help but touch others. Like ripples on a still pond, your transformation creates waves that reach far beyond your visible horizon. Consider the tale of the wandering musician who played his flute in the marketplace. His melody carried no words, yet it spoke directly to the soul. A potter began to hum along, her hands shaping clay in rhythm with the song. A painter, moved by the combined sounds, added his own voice. By sunset, the marketplace had become an orchestra of spontaneous creation, each person contributing their unique note to the harmony. This mirrors the way consciousness spreads through humanity. One awakened soul inspires another to remember their own inner music. That remembering awakens others, creating a symphony of elevated awareness. Your personal journey of alignment with universal truth thus becomes a gift to all. The light you kindle within yourself illuminates paths for others. The song you learn to sing awakens forgotten melodies in those around you. As you step into alignment with universal principles, you become a living invitation for others to discover their own truth. Practice. Choose one act of intentional kindness this week, something that stretches beyond your usual habits and comfort zone. Perform it with full presence and awareness, letting your consciousness infuse every moment of the deed. In your journal, record not just what you did, but how the ripples of that action moved through your community. Notice how one conscious action creates waves of transformation beyond its initial impact. Watch carefully as your single act of kindness sparks changes in others, who then carry that light forward in their own ways. This is how consciousness evolves, through deliberate acts of love that multiply and expand, touching lives you may never even see. As you witness these expanding circles of influence, you'll begin to understand your role as a catalyst in humanity's collective awakening. Chapter 30. The Infinite Path. In the highest mountains, where ancient wisdom whispers through the mists, a wanderer walked for countless seasons seeking truth. Through valleys and peaks, through storms and sunshine, they searched tirelessly for the secret of existence. Until one dawn, standing atop a crystal-crowned peak, the wanderer realized they had become what they sought. No longer did they walk as one separate from the wind and stone. Their breath merged with the mountain air. Their heartbeat echoed the pulse of the earth. In that moment of surrender, the wanderer disappeared, and only the truth remained. You stand now at the threshold of this same revelation. The teachings you have discovered are not merely knowledge to be learned, but truth to be lived. When you fully embody these principles, you no longer need to practice them, you become them. Consider the tale of the sculptor who spent years crafting a masterpiece from pure white marble. Day after day, their hands shaped the stone, seeking perfection. One morning, as sunlight touched their work, they saw their own reflection in the polished surface. In that instant, they understood. They had not been creating art, but revealing themselves. This mirrors your journey with universal truth. These principles are not external laws to be mastered, but expressions of your deepest nature waiting to emerge. As you align with them, you become a living embodiment of the secret you once sought. The difference lies in being rather than doing. When you truly understand this, your presence alone becomes an expression of universal truth. Your thoughts naturally align with higher wisdom. Your actions flow from this alignment without effort or conscious direction. Practice. Take a quiet moment to write your declaration of truth. Begin with the words, "I am," and express the universal principles you have embraced, not as concepts you understand, but as aspects of your being. Write how these truths flow through your daily life, your relationships, your choices. Make this declaration your mirror, reflecting the reality you have become. Let this declaration serve as your reminder. You are no longer seeking the secret. You have become the secret itself, a living expression of universal truth. Conclusion. Within you dwells a universe vast beyond measure, a cosmos of infinite possibility that has always been your birthright. As you stand at this sacred threshold, recognize that you have transcended the role of seeker. The ancient wisdom you pursued across mountain peaks and through deep valleys was never separate from your own being. The truth reveals itself with crystal clarity. You are both the vessel and the essence, the question and the answer, the seeker and the sought. This knowledge transforms every breath into a testament of creative power, every heartbeat into a pulse of universal wisdom. In the depths of your consciousness lies the same force that ignites stars and sets galaxies spinning through the cosmic dance. The power that shapes reality flows through your thoughts, your intentions, your very presence. You need not reach outside yourself for guidance, for the compass that directs your path beats steadily within your own heart. This revelation brings with it a profound responsibility. As a bearer of this eternal truth, your mere presence illuminates the path for others. Like a lantern in the darkness, your aligned being serves as a reminder of what is possible when one awakens to their true nature. The journey has not ended. It has transformed. Each step forward carries the potential to express more of your infinite nature. Every moment offers an opportunity to embody the principles that have become inseparable from your being. You no longer practice these truths. You live them, breathe them, radiate them through every cell of your existence. Your reality shapes itself around this awakened consciousness. The universe responds not to what you do, but to what you are. In recognizing this, you step into your role as a conscious creator, working in harmony with the eternal laws that govern all existence. Let this understanding guide your path forward. You walk now as one who knows, not through learning, but through becoming. The secret is no longer something you seek, but something you are. In this truth lies the key to unlimited transformation, not just for yourself, but for all whose lives you touch. If you enjoyed this exclusive audiobook, I handpicked this next book which will change your life.